I'm Coach Corey Wayne, and this is my video coaching newsletter. And the topic of this newsletter is going to be how to grow your confidence. Got an email here from a viewer, and he says, "Hi Corey, let me tell you that I'm amazed by how productive you are. It shows that you have done a lot of work in yourself for being disciplined and motivated, and I wish to get to that point soon." Well, it helps when you're doing something you really love and you really enjoy. And currently, as of the date that I'm shooting this video, my goal right now is to try to do about 30 videos a week where I basically take the best 30 email questions that I get and answer them in YouTube videos so I can put this stuff out there on YouTube so it can help people all over the world, because I really want to make, as like Steve Jobs used to say, a dent in the universe. And I want to get this information out to as many guys as possible, because when I go out and I walk around town, I'm always watching people. I'm always observing. I'm looking at their body language, their physiology. Most people are fucking miserable in life. Most people major in minor things, and I know things that can make a big difference in their lives. And so by putting my videos out on YouTube, I'm able to help people that are actually open to being helped right now. And by helping people that are open to being helped, they affect everybody around them in their area, their community. It affects their relationships. It affects their parenting skills when they become parents or if they're already parents. And it helps people not grow up in the shitty, fucked up environment that I grew up in when I was a kid. It was completely devoid of love and affection, and it was just a total dysfunctional family. So he says, "I was with a girl who I'm totally head over heels in love with, and she's my friend. And in the past, I acted weak, and she says that we were only friends. I haven't communicated until recently, and we chatted, and she let me know that she would be in my town, and I told her that I would like to see her. She agreed, but in a group setting." He says, "A mistake, I know, but her friend and I acted so weak that I understand her reluctance to see me alone." Well, that's one of the ways that women go about avoiding you or avoiding the issue, is they'll bring their kids along, or they'll make sure you're doing stuff in a group just so they don't have to spend time around you. And so you should look at that and not ignore that, because what you're doing is you're projecting your high level of attraction and interest onto this girl, and you're ignoring the fact that she's really not into you at all. So he says, "I've done a lot of work on myself, and in the group of friends where we met, they started complimenting me, saying I was very intelligent, nice, and well-spoken, and even the girl that's my friend noticed how much I've changed. Now that I'm not introverted, I'm more open, and I presented myself perfectly, not being needy and having conversations with other people other than her. When I said that I was going to leave, she asked me to follow her to talk alone in another room. She was very happy talking to me about self-development in life, but she didn't notice that in that moment I was a mess inside. I kept my composure." You gotta fake it till you make it, dude. He says, "I knew I should have made a move, but I was too afraid. I thought that if I made a move, I was going to break down." You ever break down and cry? Almost in your moment of glory. I mean, the girl pulls you aside. I mean, the process of seduction is that the idea is that you want to get closer and closer to a girl until it's just you and her, and eventually you end up inside of her. And all this tells me is that I say it all the time, repetition's a mother of skill. You have not practiced this stuff enough. And so this is what happens when you get around a girl that you really fucking like. It's like you're paralyzed with fear. It's like the paralysis of analysis. He says she had just removed her wisdom tooth, and anybody could enter the room where we were. When we sat alone, I told her, "So you cannot use your mouth at all, right?" Well, see, you're presupposing that you can't kiss her right there with that statement. And so even though externally you might be emanating the proper body language, internally it's affecting everything you say and everything that comes out of your mouth and the tone of your voice. And so your response to her is you're presupposing, you won't want to kiss me. There's no way that you could kiss me. But if the wisdom teeth are in the back of the mouth, and so there'd be nothing wrong with kissing her lips. He says, and when we were to kiss in the cheek for saying goodbye, it's like, and I mean, you're kissing her cheek, but she had her wisdom tooth out. So again, that's just like you're being totally overwhelmed by your fear of her and something happening. But, it's understandable, like the first time you get around a girl, and especially like you're doing these things and it has a positive effect on her, in a lot of ways it's like disbelief, because this is completely contrary to everything that you've experienced when you've been around a woman that you really liked. So obviously you said things and she wanted to be alone with you where she could talk to you one-on-one. And here's the thing, is she's making a little bit of an effort to isolate herself with you. But internally you're presupposing, it can never work out. There's no way this is going to go somewhere. It can't work. Never happen. And so you're totally psyching yourself out. And you're literally, this is what guys do. When they meet a girl that they like and she likes them, or they have a positive effect on her that creates attraction, they literally talk women right out of sleeping with them and taking the next step because they're so filled with fear. You should act as if. Think about it. Act as if this always happens to you. Every time you're around a girl that you like and you feel attraction for and she's into you, this is what happens. This is the natural step. But because you haven't practiced this enough, you weren't ready when you were around her. But at the end of the day, you're making progress. It's little baby steps. As they say, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. He says, I said in an ambiguous way, I couldn't kiss you for your surgery. Again, you're making excuses. You're talking yourself right out of kissing her, and you don't even realize you're doing it. He says, which could mean a goodbye friendly kiss or a romantic kiss. I know I did make a move, and I'm mad at myself for doing that. She will be leaving town on Monday, so if I don't do anything physically, then the terms of our relationship will be the same unless you know a non-needy way for asking that through mail or something. Well, the point being is that you had an opportunity and you didn't take advantage of it. You didn't go and kiss her, so you don't know. All I would have said to her is that, well, I know your wisdom teeth must be hurting you, but I'm sure your lips are just fine. So why don't you bring those beautiful lips over here and let's kiss. Or just, I think you need to get over with and kiss me. And just say that. Or just go in for the kiss. And just say, you know what? I'm sure your wisdom teeth are hurting you, but I know your lips feel just fine right now. And you just go and you kiss her. You just go for it. The worst that can happen is she'll turn her head. And why would she turn her head? Especially if her wisdom teeth is hurting her. So she'll probably kiss you back. She isolated you. She was the one that suggested being alone with you in another room. And so she was obviously trying to create an opportunity so you can make a move. But you don't really know for sure either way. It could have been just a friendly thing, but you don't know because you didn't go for anything. And so you walk away kicking yourself. He says, the main question is, for a beginner who is in a bad situation, how to keep yourself together when you have so much fear and negativity. I know that part of the answer is to practice with other women, but this girl totally knocks my socks off, and she's already here. And even if I can keep my composure for a while with her, leaving a good impression soon, I start feeling destroyed inside with negative emotions, and I say I have to run. Also, I think she's the prettiest girl in the world. Yes, I know this is bad. There's nothing wrong but with the fact that you're around what you perceive as the prettiest girl. Like women I date and have a relationship with, when I'm with them, I think I'm with the fucking hottest girl on the planet. And unless I'm feeling that for a girl, I won't get serious with her. I may hook up and fool around with her, but as far as a woman to date and have a great relationship with somebody that I'd call my girlfriend, I'm not going to date somebody unless I literally feel like wherever I go with her, I'm with the hottest girl on the planet. Because I really do. And that's just my standard, and that's what I'm used to, because when I was younger, I settled a lot, and I dated women, and I married a girl that I didn't feel that way about, and so I was always walking around regretting it, and looking at other women, checking other women out, and wishing my life was different than it was. And just like I talked about in my book, until I got to experience real, true love and make love to a woman for the first time, where it's like every inch of her body was like kissing the most gorgeous woman on the planet. Think about the most beautiful woman that you've ever seen. And just imagine what it's like to actually physically experience that for the first time. Making love compared to having sex is just, it doesn't even compare. And if you've never experienced it before, which you obviously haven't, it's like me trying to describe what a rose looks and smells like when you've never seen a rose or smelled a rose. He said, so any tip on how to keep control in the moment? Yes, you have to practice. This is why I say this all the time. You have to practice with other women. Even though they might be a 7 or an 8 or a 9, but not the 10. Like this girl's obviously like a 10 or 11 to you on a scale of 1 to 10. And that's the problem. When you get around a woman like that, you're not prepared because you haven't practiced enough. And so your emotions can literally become paralyzing and overwhelming. And that's why I talk about, like in the video that I did on YouTube called Improving Your Social Skills, to go to the mall and start practicing interacting with women. Because when you interact with enough women, you ask enough women out on dates, you go out on enough dates with women, you go for the kiss with enough women, you seduce enough women, it's the same process whether she's a 6 or a 7 or a 10. And the only way you can get prepared and work up the courage and grow your confidence is to practice with as many women as you can find who are into you. Because when that 10 comes along, like this girl, she called you out of the blue and she's in town. And you said, hey, I want to see you. But you were unprepared because you were totally consumed by her. And that's why you don't want to wait and just read all this stuff and wait till you meet the girl that knocks your socks off. Because when you do, this is exactly what's going to happen. You become overwhelmed with fear, and you totally don't take advantage of a really great opportunity. So repetition's another skill. I say it over and over again. Go to the mall, Google Corey Wayne, Improving Your Social Skills, and watch that video and go to the mall and practice it. And start asking women out on dates and go out on dates so you can build up your courage and your skills and your confidence. So when next time you're around this girl, if she's in your city, you won't be so fearful because you will have gone through the process of seduction several times successfully with other women, and it won't be such a big deal to you. The only difference is she'll just be a lot prettier than most of the women that you like, and you'll feel different about her internally. So if you have a question that you want to ask me, go to my website, click the Contact Me tab on the left-hand side of your screen, and send me 1 to 2 paragraphs max, and just give me several days to get back to you. If you want to talk to me right away, the quickest way to get my help is to book a paid phone coaching session. You can do that by clicking the Products tab, which is going to be at the top of your screen on my website, and follow the instructions. If you want a digital version of my Kindle ebook, on my website, underneath the email sign-up box, there's a link that will take you right to the Amazon Kindle download page. Once you get there, if you don't have a Kindle device, on the right-hand side, there's a button you can click to download a free e-reader app for your smartphone, your tablet device, or your computer. And it only takes a few seconds after you get the app installed, which only takes a few seconds to install it itself. You'll be reading my book in no time. And if you appreciate the value of the information in my videos and the articles on my website, you can show your appreciation by going to my website, and at the bottom of your screen, click the PayPal donate button and donate any amount that you feel is equal to the value of the information. And I will talk to you soon.